Trust is one of the biggest parameters when it comes to consumers choosing you for your product or service, especially as a local business. I'm Stephen Lau.
And I'm Tahmid Jawad.
And today we're going to talk about a certain type of trust. So your website may say, or Google may say that your website is not secure. Now, we've gone over this topic in a previous show where we talked about SSL certificates.
Yeah, we have a whole dedicated video just for SSL.
Yes. And so we're just doing another one because there's an article that came out just recently, and they did a survey. They actually did a real survey. Because I think last time we talked about, oh yeah, it's probably going to affect you and whatnot. Right. But now there's a survey that was done in the UK, and it's found on a website called Search Engine Land. And they surveyed about 1,300 people, and nearly half the users had a bad reaction to the not secure browser. And so last year, Google implemented this, and they said, well, if your website's not secure, doesn't matter whether you're an e-commerce site or a regular website, it's going to mark your website as not secure and make it visible to users. Right? And so that affects trust, you know? And so, yeah, we always talk about it, but now it's verified.
Yeah,
the proof is there.
Yeah.
And it totally makes sense, though. I mean, it totally makes sense. Like, if you're using Google and you're looking for a service or product, I mean, obviously that consumer may not know your name. In fact, they probably don't know your name because they're going to Google. Otherwise, they'll just go directly to your website, you know? And I think if they don't know who you are, it's their first time looking, they probably regret, I mean, just think about yourself. They probably just regret like, oh, I have to use someone new. So automatically all these trust factors are there in their mind. Like, who is this person? I wish I knew someone right away. I wish I could get a referral. Now they have to use someone from there. And all of a sudden they go to Google, they do the search. You may be number one on Google already, number 2, 3, whatever, or paid somehow to get that traffic. And all of a sudden, whoa, this website's not secure.
The first interaction they're having with your website is you're not secure.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's obviously going to impact your brand. And I think a lot of companies work hard for their brand, you know, whether there's a process where you have shirts, whether, you know, that are a uniform, whether you have a particular customer process, whether you worked hard to get reviews, and all of a sudden you're hit with this, you know. Obviously, there's other factors from online and in the browser that signal trust issues as well. I think in the article it mentioned like, oh yeah, the website is hacked. Like that's another one that's common. Your website has been this website may be affected by a virus, so that's another one as well.
Stephen, what I have seen is a lot of people, when they see that not secure message or icon right at the top of the browser, they sometimes might feel that your website itself is hacked, even though it's not hacked. You know,
that's right.
It gives you a false impression to your customer that your website is not secure to do anything. And if it's an e-commerce website, they will never do any kind of transaction if they find it's not secure, because there's very sensitive information passing through the website, and you have to make it secure for your users.
That's right. And you know what? I mean, what signaled me to do another show on this is not just only the new article itself, but ever since the last time we did that show on SSL, I've seen, again, many local businesses whose websites are not secure. And they're not like small websites. They're also like large websites belonging to people that are making lots of money locally. And I'm just totally surprised, like no one's paying attention.
And we talked about brand value, right? Even if you have a good brand value, and if you do not pay attention to SSL, you might lose ranking in the SEO as well. So now maybe you're secured, you have a good ranking, you don't have a SSL, but you still getting customer because of your brand value. But think about what will happen if no one is finding your website. You're going to lose the new customers, right?
Yes.
Because there are always people out there looking for your business and maybe not familiar with your brand as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important. We try so hard to get clients. We spend so much money on our own brand. Ultimately, we want to make sure it carries over. I think it's just because most businesses, they're not aware of this digital effect.
And think about this. If Google decides to demote any business in the search engine who doesn't have a SSL certificate. I mean, Google has mentioned that it will have some effects on the ranking, but imagine in future if the policy is no website without the SSL will be shown in Google search result. Think about what will happen then.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. It probably is going to happen once they get better adoption, and then it switches to that type of method just to get everyone on board after that. So I think in summary, we have already done a show on SSL certificates and your website being secure or not secure and what effect it has. But we're just redoing a little bit of it and talking more about brand value because there's been a new article published, a survey actually, that shows that nearly half the people that see not secure get concerned about that fact. And I think that in that initial engagement, I think it's very important for local businesses to pay attention. So that's why we've done another show on this. So if you have any questions about SSL certificates or your website not being secure or what impact it may have on your business, make sure to reach out to Tahmid or I. Our information is located below. You can just either contact us by email or just give us a call, And of course, if you have any other questions, drop us a line. We definitely want to hear from our audience. We definitely love talking about issues that affect local businesses. So till next time, Stephen Lau signing off.
Tahmid Jawad signing off.